So today is day 18 and 15th October. So as usual, we'll work something on React and something on object-oriented JavaScript, and next thing is problems. So these three things we'll do. So yesterday we saw the palindrome. We'll continue with the palindrome. So palindrome is something we saw is if we have the letter A, B, B, C, V, A, if we reverse this, it should be same. And if it is same, then it is palindrome. And if it is not same, it is not a palindrome. So I will do again A, B, B, A. Since reverse of A, B, B, A is A, B, B, A, so this is palindrome. But reverse of A, B, C is C, B, A. This is not same, so it is not a palindrome. So this is what we have to do. Let's see how we did yesterday. So let's say we have the ABBA. We first reverse it. To reverse the ABBA, we use split. When we use split, everything went into the array, and then we reverse it. Since we reverse it, this A came in front, this B came in the front, so it reversed the characters. Then we join again. So once we join it, we get this one. And then we check this with the original string. If it is equal to ABBA, it is coming as true. That means this is a palindrome. Let's take another one, ABC, and I check it with ABC. It is false, because when we split it, it goes A separate B separate C, and then reverse it, it will become CBA, and CBA is not equal to ABC. So this is how we did yesterday. Now we'll do same thing using different way. So we can go through for loop, and let's say we have the string equal to ABA, for example. Okay. So if I reverse it, it is also ABA. I can go through the for loop for let I equal to 0, I less than str.length, I plus plus. So I'm going to for loop and doing console.log of str of I. So what will be the str of I in the first case? It will be A. In the second case, it will be B. In the third case, it will be A. I will do console.log of stri. I have to do the first character and the last character. I have to compare. Another method is to compare the first character with the last character. If both are same, then it is palindrome. So for example, if I have A, B, 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 for example, A, B, C, B, A. So if I compare first character with the last character, both are same. Then I compare this character with this character, both are same. And I compare this with the self, so both are same. And this character with this character, both are same. This character with this character, both are same. So if we compare with the start with the end, second with the second last, third with the third last, then this is, if all are matching, then this is palindrome. So this is another way of going it. So I take the string I and also I check a string. So I have to go to the last character. The last character means whole length. So I can say, I can define the length like this. Var length is equal to str dot length. Let's put this in the function. Function palindrome str. So I have the length, that is the whole length. Then I go through each one till end. So I will check the first character, this first character with the last character. I don't know how to get the last character. Let's take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the 5 characters here. So if I put str of length, then it will be the 5 number. But if we go through the counting, this is the 0th number, this is 1 number, this is 2 number, this is 3 number, this is 4 number. So totally we have 4. 4 is the maximum array index. So I cannot put length. Length will go to the 5th one, that is outside the boundary. So we have to say use L length minus 1. When I say length minus 1, it will go to this last character. Okay. So in the first case, it will work fine because we are going with the first character 0, and then we are going with the last character, that is 5 minus 1, that is 4, that is this one. But what about the second time when I is 1? So when I is 1, we move to the B, but here it is still the last character. So here also we have to change because we are moving to the B. So we have to check A with A. Then once we move to B, we have to move to this point. So length minus I will not work in all the case. It will work only in the first case. So every time we have to do minus I also. So in the first case, it will be length minus 1, that is 4. I is 0. So 4 minus 0 is 4. So we are here. In the second case, it will be length minus 1, that is 4. Minus 1, that is 3. We are moving here. And in the third case, it will be 4 minus 2. That is 4 minus 2. We are moving here. And like that, we are moving continuously. So we have to match this with this. And if any of this is not matching, then it is not a palindrome. So right now I'll just do console.log without any matching kind of thing. But here I'll check the matching. Is stri is equal to stri length. So right now I'll do only the console.log. I'm not returning anything, true or false. So let's do first one. I will say A, B, A. So first one, A is going to A is matching with the A, B is matching with the B, A is matching with the B. All are true. That means this is palindrome. Let's take another example. So A is matching with C. No, it's not matching with C. Since one of them is, if one of them is false, then it's not a palindrome. Okay, so this is not a palindrome. Let's take another example. A, B, C, D, A. I'll put D here. So first one is matching, second one is matching, third one is not matching. So once it is not matching, then it is not a palindrome, and we should return it. So to write down the correct function, we can say in the end I will I enter by mistake. Okay, so now I will check. In the end, I will return true. That means if nothing goes false, it is true. And here I will check if str of I is not equal to str of length minus 1 minus I is not equal to this, then I'll return false. So any of the item if is not matching with the last item, then I will return it. So this is the check. Now I'll try again. Palindrome of ABA. So return is true. That means it is palindrome. Let's check ABCA. So here this one is not matching. So we got the false here. So this is another way to do the palindrome. Let's copy this and put it in our folder. So I'll create a new file, palindrome2.js, and I'll put the function here. And I'll check with the couple of examples. I'll remove the console.log. I don't need it. It was only for the purpose of showing you the thing. So this is how we check the palindrome. If you go with the modifying it, you can clean up little bit more. There are a lot of this is the just a generic way of doing the palindrome, but we can put more checking in this function to make it more perfect. So right now I just gave you example, but we can make more perfect by putting some more logic, which we may do in the later lectures. Okay, let's take another way. Let's check another way of doing the same palindrome. I got the length. Now what I will do, I will use first I will let me show you what it means, what I want to do. So for example, if I have character A, B, B, A, I will split it so that I can get array. Okay, so I'm getting the array. Now what I will do, I will use every function of the array. There is, like reduce, we did reduce. There is every function of the array which is similar to reduce, but reduce does, accumulator current. This does not do like this. So what it does, we'll see. And it takes the arrow function. And inside the arrow function, it will tell me each character. So I put character. So character will be, first time it will be A, second time it will be B, third time it will be B, fourth time it will be A. And it will also give me the index. So first time will be 0, 1, 2, 3. And inside this curly bracket, we have to return either true or false. So return true or false. If we return true in every case, so first time also if I return true, second time I return true, third time I return true, fourth time I return true. If I return true in all the cases, then the ultimate value of this every will be true. If any of the time I return false, then the whole value of this will be the false. Similar to what we did here. If all are true, we return true. If any of the part is false, we return false. But every does everything inside. So we have to either return true or false. And if it is true in all the cases, 1, 2, 3, 4. In all the cases, if it is true, then the whole value will become true. That is the purpose of every. So let's do the same logic what we did here, but inside the every. So I will say return, I will match this character. So first time character will come as A is equal to, and I will match. What I'm matching is, this is the string. So I'll take the string. Okay, so I cannot take this string hard coded. I have to use the variable, otherwise I will not be able to access this part. So let's put this in the function. Let's put it inside the function so that I can take use of this one. So instead of for loop, I will use string. So I will take the string, I will split it, make it array, then I go through every character, then I check the first character should be equal to this one, string dot. So first character should be equal to the last character, and to get the last character, okay, we need the length. Let's put the length. So we need the last length -1 minus I. Here I is index, so I will put index here. So if this is the first character and this is the last character, if both are equal, it will return true. It will go through all this one, A, B, B, A, and if it finds true in all the cases, the final value will be true. And if any one of this is false, then the final one will be false. So I will enter it. Now I'll do palindrome of ABBA. So it is coming true. And if I say cat, it is coming false. So what's happening? We are using another method called as every and check if all the matching part is true, then we return true. Otherwise, we return false. And if any one of them is false, the whole value becomes false and we return false in the end. So this is the third way of doing the palindrome. So I will save this. Though we are doing different ways of palindrome, the main base part is we are learning the new concept. That is, here we learn the every concept. Previously we learned the for loop and reduce method in some cases. So this is another way. Now what's happening here? We are going with A, B, B, A. We are running 4 times. Okay. But we can reduce this number of turns. We can reduce the number of turns by only going first 2 times and skipping rest 2 times, because we know if we go till middle and all are good, that means in the end also all will be good. So we will modify this function more so that we should only run till middle and we should not go till all 4 times. Because let's say first time I am matching, it is true. Second time I am matching, it is true. There's no need to go third and fourth time. Because if we reach till middle and everything is good, then rest also will be good because it is same. And so we can skip the last 2 parts. So right now it's running 4 times, but in reality, if we run 2 times only, it will give me the correct result. So tomorrow we will edit this function more so that we should go only till middle, not till all the 4 times. Though we can write this is also correct, but it is going 4 times, which we can reduce to 2 times by going till only middle, not going till all 4. So that part we'll do tomorrow, not today. Okay, so this was the palindrome 2, palindrome 1. Go through these problems again and again. So it will make your, you will get more used to it, and it will help you in future programming. Okay, so that is what about the problem today, and let's go to object oriented part now. 1 second. Okay, so yesterday we did the callback function, and we'll go with that only. So we created anonymous function yesterday, and anonymous function is nothing but the function in JavaScript without the name. Okay, so and we also saw the callback function. Callback function means we have the function A, and we take a parameter called as function B inside the function A, and when we call the B, we invoke the B from the A, then B is called the callback function. Why it is called callback function? It is called callback function because we process our lines of code here, and in the end we want to call some other function, and that other function is the B function, and so B is called the callback function because it means that when you are done with your coding, you call the final another function to clean up or to do another stuff. So that's the reason this is called callback function. So generally people pass anonymous function in the B. We don't generally create function B and I call the A and I pass the B. Generally you can do this one. This one is perfectly correct. You can call it. But if you want to use it one time, you don't want to use it any other time, this B, then instead of creating B like this, people generally do anonymous function like this. So we call the A function and we pass the B function like this without putting any name. So that is called the callback function and anonymous function. So let's take one example. I create a function invoke and add. Here I pass two functions A and B. So A and B actually are functions. They are not simple parameters or A2 plus 3 something like that. They are not that. Then I return A function plus B function. So what we are doing, I am passing function A and B and I am returning A function. I am invoking. So I am invoking A and then I adding it B and invoking B and adding with the A. So we are not adding directly A and B. We are invoking A and B and returning it. So this is my one function. Now let's create two functions. Function 1, I will return 1 in this case, and I have another function 2 and I'll return 2 in this case. So I have two functions 1 and 2 and I return 1 and 2 here. Now what I'll do, I'll call this function and instead of A I will pass 1, instead of B I'll pass 2 and I'll get the return of 3. Because when I pass 1, it invokes the 1 and return 1. If I pass 2, it invokes the 2 and return 2. Both are added and we are getting 3. Now you tell me, is this right way or not? If I call this like this and this, is this right or not? If it is not, why? Can anyone tell me? Okay, so I'll just answer it. If I do one like this, it will be invoked here. It will not wait for this to go inside the return. It will be invoked here only. But since it is a callback function, callback means it should be called inside this. It should be invoked inside the function. Therefore, we cannot invoke directly here. Okay, so never try to invoke directly here. We just need to pass the function string, that is this string reference here. We don't want to invoke here. If we invoke here, that is not right. So invoke should happen only where you want to invoke. Otherwise, everywhere you have to pass the function definition, that is only the one. Rest all this function will go with the one. Many times I have seen people try to invoke the things here, so which is not the right way. So now you have seen I passed 1 and 2 here. I created two functions. So these two functions are actually waste. We created only one time in the lifetime and never use it except putting it here. So people generally try to avoid this, and instead of 1, they put function directly here and return 1 here. So this is the 1 function and this is the 2 function. I put 3 here for change behavior. So here I'm returning 1, here I'm returning 3, and I'm invoking, I'm getting 4. So instead of 1 and 2, I pass the anonymous function. So wherever possible, you try to pass the anonymous function if it is only one time. If you want to use it multiple times, then you create it and then pass it. We'll see one more example of this tomorrow. Right now, for today, this only is fine. This is fine, sufficient. Okay, now let's do our React part today. So in the React, I will create two. What I'm trying to show, let me tell you. I'm trying to show the prop types and default props today. We finished the Redux yesterday, a sample of the Redux. That is how the Redux has to be done, and all our Redux application will be done in the same way, which you will see in the project, which I will be starting soon. Right now, we'll do some basic stuff which are remaining in React before we really jump into the project. These two are things I generally don't use in my real life project, but you can use them if you want to. Generally, people use TypeScript also to define the types in React or Angular. But in React, we can also use the prop types. It is kind of TypeScript only, but a very low level TypeScript. And we are defining that which variable should be of which type, whether it should be string or array or whatever it is. So we use the prop types. So people prefer to use prop types instead of TypeScript because it is very low level and it is easily achieved in the application. You don't have too many restrictions or too many rules. So if you want to use TypeScript, you can avoid that and use the prop types instead. But you can avoid this also and write the code as it is without using this and this. So these are the additional tools. It depends on you. Okay, so I'll show you how to use it, and then it is up to you if you want to use in your application or not. Though when I build my live project, I won't be using these two. I don't want to put extra time on defining this or defining this, because I can achieve the things without these two things. I can only use these two things if I work with some company and they have the strict rules to follow these, then I follow that. Otherwise, if I want to build my own project, or if I want to build something my own, I generally try to avoid these things to make things faster, and I don't want to waste time unnecessary on things which are not needed for my real life project. But if the company size is very big, team size is large, then we have to use this, because they will be the new developer which will come. He will understand what are the props required in particular component, or what type of variable it is. Then we need it. But if I'm a lone developer, or if the developers are the less but not 2 or 3, then it's up to you if you want to use it or not. Okay, so it's pretty much up to you if you want to use or not. So let's see these two in examples so you will understand. So we have the page 1. Okay, let's create one more example here. I'll create one component called as parent.jsx, and I will also create another component called as child.jsx. I'll go to the parent RFCE, and I'll import child from child component, and I'll call the child component here. Okay, so let's define the child component also. So this is my child component, and I will say props, and here I'll do console.log of props or props. So whatever props are coming in this, I need to see that props here. Okay, so now I will run this one. Let me run this one. npm start. Let's create the navigation for it, otherwise we won't be able to reach to this place. So I'll go to app.js, and I will call the parent one from the components. Where is it located? In the examples. Okay, let me create the route for parent. Okay, so I created the route parent. I call the parent component in that route. Okay, and now I'll see what I am doing it. Okay, so I'll show you the prop types and default props now live. So I refresh. Let's call parent. It's loading. Okay, let's load it 1 second. It's taking time. So till it loads, I'll just show you the document of this parse which we will be using. This is the parse server. This was created originally by Facebook, and we have different documentation like parse server, GraphQL, iOS, Android, JavaScript, macOS, Unity, PHP. So we can use this parse server with any of the language, REST API, with any of the language. So basically, for our purpose, we need to read this documentation, that is the parse server, this one, and the JavaScript one. We don't need iOS, Android, or GraphQL or any other thing. So we'll be reading the documentation of this parse server and this JavaScript, these two things. When we want to write code in React, we will be using this. And to understand the more about parse server, we'll be going through this documentation. So I'll put this in the chat. Maybe if you want, in the weekend, you can go through this one. And this is very interesting. Parse server is very interesting, more better than Firebase, because Firebase is something, you have to pay every month. Okay, you have to pay every month and if your users are very big, you have to pay more. It may go, if your users become too large, you have to pay $500 to $1,000 also per month. But with the parse server, it is all free. You have to just purchase your hosting, VPS hosting, and just install the parse server, and it is free. You can use as much you want, and you will get space of whatever server you have. You don't need, see, VPS. You get very cheap VPS. Let's see, 320 extra, $5 per month. So once you buy this VPS, you can directly install the parse server there and use that parse server. So I prefer parse server because of this reason. And with Firebase, they charge you too much. So better to use any other thing, use parse server. Always use parse server. I have decided all my projects, personal projects, will be on the parse server. Okay. Okay, let's see. We are in the here. I will write something here that I'm in the parent so that we should know. And I will write here in the child. I'm in the child. Okay, so let's go again. So we are in the parent and I'm calling child from the parent. So if you see, this props is in the child component. Right now nothing is coming because I did not pass anything from the parent to the child. Now let me pass something. So here I will create some default props which I want on this page. For example, I'll say default props equal to. So when I say default props, so that means if user has not passed something from the previous page, it will take those default props. So for example, I'll say title and I'll say it is, for example, hello world, and I will also pass another one description. This is description. Okay, so I created two default props and I put it in the child. So I'll say child.default props and I put two of the props. Now if I go to the page, you will see, though I haven't passed anything from the parent to child, I'm getting title, but I'm not getting description. Okay, I have to refresh the page. So I'm getting the title and the description here. Okay, so that means even if I don't pass anything, I can put this description and title in the child and display it, because these are the default one. If nothing is passed, we can use those. So okay, we have to pass as a props. So I'm getting the default title and description. So you can define all the props which are used in your component here, so that you know what are the props needed and what is the default value of each one. But if I pass something, for example, if I pass title equal to hello dear, so instead of hello world, I'm passing hello dear from the parent. Title. So now I'm getting hello dear, because since default is there, but I pass something, so it's taking from there. And this I'm not passing, so it is taking from here. But I'll pass description also now. This is new description. So here I'm getting this is new description. So both are coming from now parent, and default is ignored. So this is how we use the default prop types. There's another one called as prop type, which I showed you, prop types. This will force the type which we are passing, whether it's a string, whether it's a number, or whether it's whatever you want. So for that, I need to add one import statement, import prop types from prop types. And if this gives error, that means prop types is not there in your own module. You have to install this as an npm package. But generally, it gets automatically installed with the React, so you don't need to add it. But sometimes if you feel that it's giving error, it's not installed, then you can add npm install prop types. Okay, so we get the prop types here. And then I will call the child dot prop types equal to, okay, this prop type and this prop type are different. Don't mix with this one. Okay, so this one is something to define the prop types, and this one is something which I will use it now. So here I will say that title should be prop types. Now I'm using, see, different types of prop types are there: string, node, whatever it is. So now I'm using this prop types. So I'll say this prop type dot string. That means title should be the string format. And I will also say description should be also in the string format. Okay, so we are saying that both should be on the string format. And now let's see what happens if we don't pass a string format. So right now I'm passing a string here also, here also. Let's try to pass. Instead of string, I'll pass numeric value 1. Okay. Now let's see what happens. So though 1 is displayed here, user will not be able to see the error here. It's only for the development purpose that we see the error here. So user will see as it is. There is no error to the user. When we are using this prop types and default props, it is only for the development purpose. The default props though get utilized from the parent to child, but this prop types is error is for only for development purpose. It's giving me the warning. It's not the real error, that invalid prop type, because it is only for the developer to fix the type in his code. It's not for the user to break the code. So we get the prop type should be number, and it is supplied number, but it should be string. It is expecting string. So we have to pass this as a string only. Okay, so now I will not get the error because I'm passing correct prop types. So there are different prop types. You can, you can go through, the documentation if you are using it. This is the documentation for prop types. Sorry, okay, this one. So here, a lot of examples are there. It should be array, it should be bool, it should be function, it should be number, object, string, symbol. Okay, so you have to go through. If it is array, it should be one of the type of this, or it should be string, but it should be one of the type of this. So there are many different types of prop types are there. You can, when you do your programming, you can refer this to define what is what what you want to use it. I just gave you the reference. If you want to use it, you can go through it. So that's it for today, and I will take the questions now, and we'll see tomorrow. Otherwise, if you have question, ask. Otherwise, we'll go and finish this lesson.